Good morning. I am Master Sergeant Genevieve Fulgham, Military Training Instructor Trainer, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. As the flights move into position and for the safety and comfort of those around you, we ask that you refrain from entering the retreat pad and remain in your respective seating area when taking photos during the ceremony. Do not stand or sit in the stairways unless entering or exiting the grandstand. Additionally, we ask that you do not stand at the bottom of the grandstands as well as the arena drill pad. At the conclusion of the ceremony, you may proceed onto the retreat pad after the flights are dismissed. Please be cautious when ascending and descending the bleachers, utilize the handrails, and watch for tripping, slipping, and falling hazards. Restroom facilities are located in the reception center and to the right of the flagpole. During this morning's ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. At this time, please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. In the military, ceremonies are held to award distinctive honors to national symbols or individuals on special occasions. These ceremonies are also used to display the proficiency and state of training in a command and to promote teamwork and pride in the organization. They also contribute to the public morale by displaying symbolically the strength and unity of the military in support of the nation. All movements that you will observe today are known as drill. The purpose of drill is to enable a commander or non-commissioned officer, such as a military training instructor, the ability to move their units from one place to another in an orderly manner, to aid in training by instilling discipline and habits of precision and response to the leader's orders, and to provide for the development of all leaders in the practice of commanding formations. To maintain proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, the Air Force song, and the reciting of the Airman's Creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask you to pay respect to the flag during the national anthem. Military members and veterans in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place the right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, you may return to your hand to your side. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Now marching into position from the 320th Training Squadron, Flight 231, led by Technical Sergeant Dennis Williams, Military Training Instructor, hometown Temecula, California. Flight 232, led by Technical Sergeant Jermaine Ramsey, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown Blakely, Georgia. Flight 233, led by Technical Sergeant Jonathan Green, Military Training Instructor, hometown Cleveland, Ohio. Flight 234, led by Technical Sergeant Anthony Hayes, Military Training Instructor, hometown Austin, Texas. From the 321st Training Squadron, Flight 235, led by Technical Sergeant Brian Swatsky, Military Training Instructor, hometown Flower Mound, Texas. Flight 236, led by Technical Sergeant Terrell Greer, Military Training Instructor, hometown Youngstown, Ohio. From the 322nd Training Squadron, Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 239, led by Staff Sergeant Chris Talon, Military Training Instructor, hometown Los Molinos, California. Flight 240, led by Technical Sergeant Maria Rodriguez, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown Masaya, Nicaragua. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 241, led by Staff Sergeant Malcolm McCord, Military Training Instructor, hometown Mount Holly, New Jersey. From the 331st Training Squadron, Flight 242, led by Technical Sergeant Eric Whitlow, Military Training Instructor, hometown Fordyce, Arkansas. Flight 243, led by Technical Sergeant Alisa Kennedy, Military Training Instructor, hometown Biloxi, Mississippi. Flight 244, led by Technical Sergeant Rafael Guzman Paniagua, Military Training Instructor, hometown Orussi, California. Air Force Basic Military Training conducts graduation events over the course of 2 days to celebrate the accomplishments of our newest Airmen and Guardians. These events recognize their transition into the profession of arms. We acknowledge the tradition of honor and legacy of valor provided by those who came before and inspired us still today. We would also like to thank the family and friends for their continued support that these graduates will be counting on as they serve our great nation in the years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Evans.
Please join me in prayer. Scripture affirms, "For he who is mighty has done great things for me, and holy is his name." Lord God, we thank you for the blessing of this day and this ceremony, for the life of each, for the abilities that they have and that you've given them. Help them to develop, and for opportunities which stand before each one of us today. We give you thanks for the airmen who have worked so diligently towards this goal, and for their friends, families, all the military training instructors and leaders who have helped them, guided them along this way. Give each of these airmen a desire to grow in heart, mind, and soul, and as our future leaders. Give them what they need to train and develop and ensure our nation's security and prosperity. Enable them to fulfill their purpose, achieve their goals, and utilize these skills that they have learned in such a way to bring honor to you, our country, and to those we lead and serve. I ask for your blessing upon this day. In your name, amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning and welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony. The Deputy Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training and 1993 graduate of Basic Military Training, Lieutenant Colonel Alvin Schultz, Jr. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training, and 2003 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Dan Anderson. Also in attendance with us today, the Commander, 127th Wing, Selfridge Air National Guard Base, Michigan, Brigadier General Matthew Brancato. The Command Chief, 127th Wing, Selfridge Air National Guard Base, Michigan, and 1991 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Richard Gordon. The Deputy Commander, 37th Training Wing, Colonel John Odell III. The Field Office Director, San Antonio, Texas, United States Customs and Immigration Services, Miss Tina Almond. The Field Office Director, West Palm Beach, Florida, United States Customs and Immigration Services, Miss Wendy Wilcox. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. This week, we have a special opportunity to recognize one additional and significant achievement, demonstrating the dedication of 32 of our graduates, who are being led by Technical Sergeant John Shields, Military Drill and Ceremonies Non-Commissioned Officer, hometown, Kinston, North Carolina. Today's recognition is made possible by a partnership between the Department of Defense and Department of Homeland Security to allow active duty service members to become citizens under the Naturalization at Basic Training Initiative. To be eligible, a member of the Armed Forces must pass a comprehensive application process administered by the Department of Homeland Security, including a background check and personal interview to demonstrate high moral character and their knowledge of the English language. Applicants are also tested on U.S. history and government. Please hold your applause until all names have been announced. The Air Force is proud to recognize Deborah Alafumi, country of origin, Nigeria. Nicholas Simon, country of origin, Guyana. Juan Cruz Mora Robles, country of origin, Mexico. Derek Kwashi Kuwarnyu, country of origin, Ghana. Joel Bellerby, country of origin, New Zealand. Menese Shorter, country of origin, Jamaica. John Angelo Afario Rupuyan, country of origin, Philippines.
Pius Akuwo, country of origin, Cameroon. Gadan Julius Tabano, country of origin, Philippines. Yang Yang, country of origin, China. Maxwell Achu Maforo, country of origin, Cameroon. Oreo Daniel, country of origin, Palau. Undre Powell, country of origin, Jamaica. Carlson Sama, country of origin, Cameroon. John Rafael Vesson, country of origin, Philippines. Aaron John Paul Santiago Malapatan, country of origin, Philippines. Shaquan Anthony Keynes, country of origin, Guyana. Debbie Oguayo, country of origin, Togo. Jessica Ababio, country of origin, Ghana. Sanisha Ferguson, country of origin, Jamaica. Kosi Agoso, country of origin, Togo. Mazenhauer Rout, country of origin, Nepal. Rashawn Reed, country of origin, Jamaica. Janet Jury, country of origin, Kenya. Evans Kadu, country of origin, Uganda. Lydia Wanaria, country of origin, Kenya. Yao El Pedido Katau, country of origin, Togo. John Gabriel Ui, country of origin, Philippines. Alicia Garvey, country of origin, Jamaica. Ana Mata Garcia, country of origin, Venezuela. Justine Kate Samante Palapas, country of origin, Philippines. And Kyla D., country of origin, Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us congratulate the newest citizens of the United States of America. Musical support for this morning's ceremony is provided by graduates from flights 237 and 238, performing under the direction of retired Master Sergeant Samuel Johnson, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown Stratford, Connecticut. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform for today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and the Air Force's core value, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Andrade will now come forward and address our graduating class.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the home of Air Force Basic Military Training. I'd like to start off by taking the opportunity to say thank you to the family members and loved ones who have encouraged and supported these outstanding men and women standing before us. Your support has been essential to your airmen' success here in basic training and will continue to be necessary as they continue on their journey to serve in the world's greatest Air Force. Thank you. If there are veterans in the crowd, I'd like to thank you for your dedicated service to the defense of our country and for devoting your life to a purpose greater than yourself, which is a legacy that our airmen will now carry on in their service today. So veterans, thank you. And now to our 737th Training Group military training instructors. Our MTIs are an incredible, diverse group dedicated to training our nation's warriors, and they set the standard for what true military professionalism is for our new airmen. Their relentless efforts in developing and shaping the 611 airmen before us today to meet the future needs of the world's greatest Air Force in just 7.5 weeks will resonate within our ranks and our organizations for decades. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask that you give a round of applause to this dedicated team of professionals. And now to our graduates. As I stand here before you today, I know that there are several of you that have similar stories of what I experienced coming here into basic military training. While it may have been 23 years ago that I was standing in your very shoes, I remember the feelings that you have. The excitement of looking forward to spending time with your family members and maybe getting away from your MTIs for a little bit, but also the apprehensions and the fears of the unknown of what is going to happen after this. What's going to happen after tech training. But I want to tell you that for me, I started from humble beginnings. I was born in Ecuador, South America, and I came here because my parents wanted a better life for me. And so I faced many challenges, cultural challenges, language challenges, but I persevered and I pushed through because I wanted an opportunity to have a better life for myself, and I knew that that's what my parents wanted. As I look at you, I know that there are so many of you that have similar stories and that you are looking forward to what's expected of you as airmen. And so as you receive your coin, I want you to recognize that you are now joining the less than 1% of the Americans who have raised their right hand in defense of our country and the guiding principles that we as Americans and members of the professions of arms hold so dear. As you set out to do big things for our Air Force, understand that although you have achieved this memorable and honorable milestone, you are not done yet. Our U.S. military remains the most powerful force in the world has ever known. And to keep that competitive advantage with our formidable competitors, we need airmen trained, equipped, and with a warrior mindset to continue to persevere for the freedoms of our nation. You may be thinking, I just got here. I'm just an airman. What can I contribute to the mission? But you are mistaken. We need you today as our newest fearless airmen to go out and take the extra mile to get the job done right. Whether it's taking a test, whether it's going out there and standing guard on a post, or sometimes a personal sacrifice. Your actions, no matter how big or small, will make a difference when combined with the actions of others. And so do the job to the very best of your ability. And lastly, be coachable and adaptable. As young airmen, you will continue to receive direction and guidance on how to adapt to this military profession. Accept the tough feedback and learn from those experiences. Be committed to holding yourself accountable, breaking old habits, and making the necessary changes in yourself to ensure your team's and your success. Airmen, you are joining a team of professionals dedicated to integrity, service, and excellence. The American public looks to you as a beacon of hope to calm the waters of uncertainty, and I have no doubt that you are up for the challenge. I also want to thank you for committing yourself to serving your country, and I'm proud to stand alongside you as a fellow wingman. I hereby acknowledge your completion of all graduation requirements and have recommended to Colonel Wilson and Chief Master Sergeant Anderson you receive your coveted Airman's coin, which signifies your transition today from trainees to airmen. Congratulations. I missed a couple key words. Without delay, military training instructors, you may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's Coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force."
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Orozco will now come forward and address our graduating class.
All right, here we go, last speech. All right, welcome once again, family, friends, and loved ones to the gateway of the U.S. Air Force. It really is great to see so many of you supporting your airmen and this next generation of warfighters in defense of our nation. 7.5 weeks ago, the 615 airmen before you accepted the challenge to become a better version of themselves. They came from all over the country, and in some cases, all over the world, for a common purpose: to serve our nation, its citizens, and our Constitution. Today, they have earned their rightful place on our team as an American airman. Today, they feel the exhilaration of that achievement. They have learned that no one succeeds alone. They are more resilient, they're more adaptive, and they're more equipped to conquer the challenges our nation will face into an unknown future against formidable adversaries. These airmen have learned that we fight as a team. But this is just the start, airmen. There is so much more to learn, and it's gonna get harder. More will be required of you. Embrace these realities and persevere in spite of them. Believe in the power within yourself to make a difference, because you are never just an airman. At this moment, each of you is on the cusp of a future filled with promise and hope. You've come a long way in a short time, but you must go further and you must reach higher. The opportunities in front of you are boundless. Now is the time to be great. Take, for example, American Bessie Coleman, who in 1921 persevered to become the first black woman to ever pilot an aircraft and earn an international pilot's license. Despite a journey marked by numerous setbacks and rejections, amid racial and gender barriers, she remained resilient and refused to let obstacles deter her, stating, "Don't let anyone rob you of your imagination, your creativity, or your curiosity. It's your place in the world. It's your life. Go on and do all you can with it, because in the air, there are no boundaries." Her bold and daring achievements would later pave the way for World War II's Tuskegee Airmen and the Women's Air Force Service pilots. And today, her example reminds us of the courageous aviators who have helped our nation build a fairer and more just society. So airmen, go forth and take our Air Force to greater heights, because your MTIs have prepared you well. They have poured hundreds of years of their collective experience into each of you to make our Air Force and our nation stronger. Honor their service and their sacrifice by raising the standards of excellence in all you do. It's my belief that you will accept this challenge, and your record will reflect a great credit upon yourself and our nation in the years to come. Finally, congratulations on completing basic military training. You are now members of the profession of arms, teammates on the world's most lethal fighting force. I look forward to being on your wing as we continue to deliver combat air power for America. Good luck and Godspeed. One team.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Orozco. At this time, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer, someone who has demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This airman has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from the 331st Training Squadron, Flight 242, Airman Devin Barrett. He is from Los Angeles, California, and joined the Air Force to become an aerospace propulsion journeyman. In the stands cheering are his father, Clinton, mother, Holly, grandfather, Robert, and grandmother, Leicester. His recruiter is Technical Sergeant Sheldon Aracayos from the 369th Recruiting Squadron, Ventura, California. Please stand as a sign of unity as our top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention. Thank you. Please be seated. Instructors, place your flights at ease. This morning, we honor our heritage of military customs and traditions as we welcome our newest airmen into the ranks of the Department of the Air Force. There are two purposes for this morning's retreat ceremony. The retreat ceremony is a solemn event conducted at every United States military installation around the globe. It signifies the end of the official duty day, and today is symbolic of the end of training for our graduates. But more importantly, it is to pay respect to our nation's flag. When we offer our respect for our flag and our national anthem, we have an opportunity to reflect on the democratic principles that have made our nation great. The meaning of freedom, dignity of the individual, the pursuit of happiness, and national unity all come to mind when you think of our flag. It is the symbol of our nation to the world. Military members have a special bond with the flag. These airmen are part of the flag's tradition because they symbolize the spirit and sacrifices of the military and dedication to the defense of this great nation and the principles it represents. When we salute the flag as it is lowered, we ask you to think about the flag flying over Arlington and other national cemeteries. Think about the flag being carried into combat by service members who preceded us. Think about the freedom Americans enjoy today, freedom without precedent in the history of the world. The men and women who stand before you today represent the projection of the strength behind our flag. Our flag security detail consists of members from the 321st Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Jordan Hefts. Our commander of airmen is Master Sergeant Scott Horst. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the sounding of retreat and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. The flag stands for peace, honor, truth, justice, and freedom. In the armed forces of the United States, during the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, forward, folded in a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at the ceremony of reveille. The flag has been torn to strips and used as bandages for wounded combatants on the battlefield. It has been placed in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of their fallen son or daughter. It has flown at half-staff to honor our military members. The flag has flown in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. It has flown at Valley Forge, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. It was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Aragon Forest, Anzio, Rome, on the beaches of Normandy. It was waved at Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Somalia, Kuwait, Iraq, and in Afghanistan. The flag has been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that America has helped set free. Yet, it remains invincible. Please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force song. Congratulations on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Families with graduates in the Drum and Bugle Corps are asked to wait for their graduates on the north side of the west bleachers while they secure their equipment. We ask you refrain from running onto the retreat pad and please use caution when descending the bleachers. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized to enter any training area. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas.